I am happy to be back. Let's give Doechii a big round of applause again. How you doing?
Ciao.
I know.
I'm doing well.
Let me get straight. You are an absolute fucking star.
Thank you, Killer Mike.
And if you'll allow me, I'm an art lover. I love rap music, but I sit on the board of the High Museum in Atlanta, Georgia. That's a pretty important gig, they tell me. One of a few black guys on there and women. And it houses artists like David Driscoll, currently Swiss Beats, and Alicia Keys' collection is there. It's really high art. It's a really amazing museum right there in Atlanta, Georgia. And there was a time, and even today, people just think people south of the Mason-Dixie are kind of country bumpkins. And what I saw here tonight was far from country bumpkinism. It was high art. So.
Thank you.
So,
thank you.
I want to acknowledge that because Florida in particular has given me two of my favorite artists, and I don't mean singers and dancers. It gave me Zora Neale Hurston, who's an amazing writer, and I'll grab one of her books and send over to you, and a woman named Augusta Savage, who's an amazing sculptor, and your words make me feel like that. So I heard you went to a art-centered high school and performance high school. Could you tell us about that in Tampa, Florida?
Absolutely. I went to Blake High School, which is actually a historically black high school.
Tell them again. You ain't have to wait to go to college.
HBH.
That's right.
Yeah, and I went there, class of 2016, where I studied music, and I learned how to compose music, and I studied music theory for many years. 4. And I learned how to write music, how to sing classically, but also it taught me a lot about collaboration.
Yeah.
A lot of my peers I work with today.
Yeah.
And so that school is kind of the foundation of my talent today.
Yes, yes. I come from a city of black high schools. My rival high school was Benjamin E. Mays. I went to Frederick Douglass. There's a little small school named Tri-Cities that produced Outkast and Jagged Edge, and it produced Escape and all these other people. And you have just given me, as I was reading about you, researching this, like you're going to inspire so many young people at that school. So I expect an outpouring of talent to be out of there. And I always thought you theater kids were much more disciplined in your performance shows. I want to say, coming out of an arts program in my high school, Miss Bishop was a pain in the ass about perfection.
Yeah. And
you are at a label that is the absolute juggernaut in music and in art right now. TDE was coming to TDE after it being, you can say it's only 4 years, but 4 years of high school theater is pretty, you were ready for, some shit. Yeah. You were ready to go. Did being at TDE give you pressure that made you fold a little bit, or did it put a battery in your backpack and say, I'm going to go, or did the pressure cause the battery to go, and you say, I'm going to show everybody?
I think that I live by the quote, pressure makes a diamond.
Amen.
It definitely was pressure, but it is a mission that I proudly took on. I think that we have a legacy label at TDE, and TDE is one of those labels that is the core of hip-hop to me.
Yeah.
When you think about poets and you think about hip-hop, a lot of the hip-hop's best rappers are at TDE. And so I felt a lot of pressure, especially being the first female rapper on the label.
Yeah.
I knew that my career and my legacy through music at that label is going to set up the next girl who gets signed there.
Amen.
And I don't take it lightly. I take it very seriously.
Amen. Shouts out to TDE's roster, too, from J-Rock.
Hey, yo, TDE!
J-Rock, Ab, Soul, Schoolboy,
yes.
Of course, Kendrick. Speaking of first girls, you're the third woman to ever be nominated for Rap Album of the Year at the Grammys, correct?
Wow!
I
didn't know that.
I accidentally said 3 nominations, but there's 4. Even though the Grammy site was saying 3, but there's 4.
Technically,
so there's technically. So I would like to see you sweep, so I can be cheering like your country cousin from the Stratford.
Right.
Not gonna get locked up again, though.
Yeah. Oh my God.
You are from a place that is celebratory of black people. You're from Florida.
I am.
Like Florida, my wife's from Savannah, Georgia. Those are two places where they'll tell you ain't dark-skinned enough for me to date. My wife told me that. She said, you ain't black enough. I never particularly felt light-skinned. I was like, damn. But I say that because a lot of people don't know, man, beautiful black girls are just celebrated in Florida. From my experience and what I've seen, they walk down the street, man, sweep the streets, take the air out of a room, and you don't seem unconfident at all. You seem well-mothered, well-loved, well-liked. And what really amazes me is that when I listen to the album, I've listened to the album 3 times so far in full. I like to listen to albums the old school. You just put on, shut everybody off, turn it off, listen. I listened last night in full. Yeah. I listened twice on the plane today in full, and that's not true. I listened with my wife, so that's 4 times. Mm-hmm. So I've just listened just start to finish in full. And much like I aspired to do in Michael, I wasn't listening to an album. I was watching an audio movie. Oh, wow. I was listening to something that made me visualize experiences. It is 3D. It is not flat. It is not bland. It is a tapestry of experiences. It is your beautiful mother who's somewhere in the room calling you on the phone, telling you, baby, everybody can't go. And black Southerners know what that means. You know what I mean? And it's a very encouraging thing to hear. And it's scary as shit sometimes, too, because you realize everybody can't go. But you obviously have the courage to go and to keep going. What made you put your pure soul into a record that brought us into a world many of us had never seen before?
I'm going to answer a couple questions.
Give it to me, lady. I'm listening. I'm here to listen.
You talked about my confidence.
Yes, ma'am.
This confidence is truly built and nurtured. I was not always this confident. I was not always in environments that made me feel proud to be a dark-skinned, outspoken girl. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
And so this confidence is truly built behind closed doors. My mother is a single mother of 3 girls, and she always raised me to think of myself with the utmost highest and told me I was the most beautiful girl in the world every single day. But it's like I would leave that home environment with so much confidence, and then I would get to school, and I got bullied a lot, and eventually I made a choice that I refuse.
That's right. That's right.
I refuse to be anything but happy.
Amen.
And I made a choice that I was going to be myself no matter what it took and no matter what anybody said about me. And that confidence I bring with me on this couch right now today. And that's the same confidence that I decided to pour into this project. I wanted to give people a audio visual experience of what it is like living in my skin, what it is like being in my life, what my brain moves like, what I think about, what I'm afraid of, what I love. I wanted them to experience that because I feel like this needs to be represented. This needs to be experienced, which is also why I am extremely honored to be representing female rap in this hip hop album category for the Grammys.
Come on now. Come on now.
Thank you. Thank you. It is so necessary, and it is such an honor. I think Lauryn Hill and Cardi B were the only women to win, right?
Yep.
So what an honor it is to have that opportunity. Yeah. So we are here.
You're amazing in that I can play you with the Lauryn Hill and Cardi B crowd. And I mean that in that a lot of times rap has been forced to be polarized. We get kind of like bundled up with other music genres, and I don't think that's fair. Rap has always been a place for dope females. That was true when MC Lyte was my rap idol. That was true when Latifah was my rap idol. That was true when I realized I had to step my bars up after listening to Foxy and Kim. Okay. It was true I had to understand how to make an anthem like a Kaya or a Trina. It's been true from Boss to a lot of chicks that don't go mention, but that were there, from the Sweet Teas, Roxanne Shante. And I just am so happy right now that the doors are wide open and the young ladies are saying, we ain't just cheerleaders, baby. We here to be cheered for. And you are you are making our genre proud. And I say our genre because you're the exact same age as my daughter, and man, it's so dope to see that you're dope that I might listen to dope things with my child, you know?
Wow. Thank you, Mike.
Now,
Wow.
with praising and accolades come pushback and opposition. You know, I didn't realize, man, I was going to piss one of my favorite. I love Travis, man, and his fans got mad with me. I was like, shit, damn, little nigga, don't you got high school tomorrow?
Yo.
But they wanted him to win. My fans wanted me to win. I don't regret winning, but I feel like you're going to win. And I feel like you're going to win big. And
I got to knock on some wood.
And I'm gonna be screaming like your cousin at a high school game. That's my cuz. But you've went through bullying, you've overcome that. But the scrutiny that comes with it, some of the pushback that may have come with it, your performances make it hard to deny you. What's the ultimate for you beyond just winning the trophies? What do you want to see? I mean, you got amazing cheekbones, so they're gonna hire you. They're gonna hire you to be in Paris. You're gonna do all that stuff. But from a personal level, that little girl was in a performing arts school. What's your artistic dream?
I think the end goal, beyond the accolades, the money and everything, I want the world's next icon to be inspired by me.
Amen.
I feel like they're out there and they're watching my interviews and they're studying me and they're listening to my music. They're watching me. So I have to be free.
Dope.
I have to try my best. I have to show up because I just feel it.
Yeah.
She's out there and she's watching me. And I don't know if it's me that's watching me or if it's literally somebody, but that's what it is that's driving me.
Yes.
Somebody needs this.
I saw you on Twitter check somebody. They were trying to talk shit. You were like, man, anybody hating on this shit. Like because it's how artists evolved hip hop. And it's like, how you hate on that? You just lame and ain't got shit to do today. But you checked it and you kept moving. You didn't stay on it. It didn't chip away. So just thank you, because wherever she is being inspired by you right now, she's the Sarah Connor of this rap shit, and we know you're gonna have to lead her to end the Terminator for her. I write my questions down because I take them seriously.
I know that's right.
You know, you said, and this one really resonated with me because there's a term we use in the South. Usually we're talking about boys in football. They say he got that dog in him. He got that. Do you hear Deion Sanders at the time? He got that dog in him, another Floridian. But you said, I'm hungry. I want to be the best. We are Southern. We have a term in the Southeast. And I was saying that. We're Southern. We have the term in the Southeast. But you were saying, I'm hungry. I want to be the best. A lot of times, rappers come with, I just want people to feel my vibe. I just want my community. But you outwardly say, like a wide receiver out of South Florida, I want to be the best. I don't want to be average. I don't want to be mid. I don't want to be accepted. I want to be the best. It's a very, very different saying. And for all the little girls out there whose confidence gets chipped at, for all the little girls out there whose mother encouraged them to get up and get another day, for all the little girls in there that are sweating somewhere in a theater right now, like, I want to be the best. How do you get on that pathway? How do you stay determined on that pathway? And what have you had to sacrifice in your want to be the best?
Well, one, it's in you. It's not on you.
Come on now. You got to have that dog in you.
So we can start there. But aside from my theater background, I also was heavily into sports. My mom kept me busy a lot coming up.
That keeps the boys away.
And so, okay, listen.
Yeah, you want to keep your daughter, they ain't got to go to birth control. Put her ass in a sport and have her singing.
Please.
Amen, mama.
But when I said that I want to be the best, it comes from a place of truly healthy competition.
Yes.
My family's very competitive.
Yes.
I'm extremely competitive in a healthy way. I talk about this often, but I miss that competitive sportsmanship in hip hop.
Yes.
When everybody wanted to be the best lyricist. They wanted to tell the stories in the dopest way, and they would like battle each other through rap because it makes you stronger. It makes all of you stronger. Like, oh, he just did a double entendre, I'm gonna do a triple.
Yeah.
Does a triple, I'm gonna do a quadruple. I like that. I like it, and I do. I want to be the best at my craft. It's not about like being the best in the sense of like, I need to have the most streams. I need to be with the most awards. I have to be on the rap. It just like I want to be the best writer.
Yes.
I want to be the hardest MC.
Boom.
And I want to know that I'm the best.
Yeah, boom bap made me feel, oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I was like, what is she so young? What does she know about boom bap? I was like, she's KRS-One up there.
I love this.
You
love
can
this.
absolutely
I love
tell.
this genre. I love music. I like making it, and I love it.
What were you feeling when you wrote Blossom?
Bloom.
I'm sorry.
It's
I'm
okay.
stoned. I'm
No,
stoned.
no, it's fine.
But I said that with so much confidence, Blossom. But
I know my mom is probably back
but
there
it
like,
is
I know
Bloom, and I was on a shroom when I first heard it. And my wife was in the room, and I was like, man, this little girl is a fucking amazing. And my wife, who was also stoned, was like, Bloom, you know?
Blossom.
But the song, man, you can feel the layers blooming as you listen to that record.
Yeah.
Like, what brought that record out of you?
I actually made that record. That's the only record that's completely like recorded by me. I made it years ago. I think I made that in 2019 when I was still living with my mom.
Really?
Yeah, I made that interlude randomly. And I decided to put the voice insert in it because I was like, somebody needs to hear this. They need to know that it's hard juggling your dreams and working a 9 to 5. And when you're in that transition spot between wanting to be a full-time creative, but you're not in demand enough. And I was like, somebody needs to hear this. And I added that. But ultimately, my favorite lyric from that is, I found a place to bloom. I feel beautiful. I feel wonderful. And I felt like at that time, I had found a peace within myself where I could nurture myself and I could grow. I was okay with nobody knowing who I was. Nobody knew. Nobody was streaming me. I wasn't in demand. And I was okay with that. I found my space. And that's why I included it.
That's the record that's going to inspire the next leader of the world. That's the one, I'm telling you.
Thank you.
And they all are so amazing. Boiled peanuts. I mean, beyond being a jamming record, that is some country ass shit.
I know.
My wife makes me stop to buy them when we go to her
They're so
hometown.
good.
I'm like, I don't want to stop for no damn boiled peanuts.
Y'all don't know anything about boiled peanuts, do
I'm
y'all?
talking about boiled peanuts.
What?
Vienna sausages, sardines. Like I was like, this girl country. She gets it. But man, that record is amazing. The titles you use: boiled peanuts, catfish, stank-a-poo. That I was just like, man, that is what the grandmama called a favorite grandchild.
Yeah.
So you like the favorite grandbaby.
I mean, she love us all equal.
What? Can I ask you something just because I
Sure.
love visual arts too? Who came up with that beautiful regal green and that albino alligator?
Me.
You are, and I, man, please look up Augusta Savage and just see what she did by way of sculpture because you truly are an artist. You're not a rapper aspiring to be. You've been an artist. You choose rap to tell the story, but that's visually, it's striking. I got to get me a signed record by you just to put in my office. It is.
We have some. We have them.
Yeah, it is,
with us. So
it is absolutely a testimony to me that the South has produced an artist like you, and I know that you and there are many other artists out of Florida, but you are the tip of the spear right now. I think you are the leader in rap right now in terms of the new ones that are coming up.
Thank you.
I would point any young rapper into your. I woke up out of nowhere and I watched the late shows and I saw 3 girls with braided hair and they had on Gucci skirts. They looked like they were at a ratchet Catholic school. And I was like, this is visually amazing, but I'm watching art. I'm watching someone who put thought into how this would make me feel, and you've done that. So just thank you for sharing your art with the world. Thank you for sharing it with me. I think I'm going to give the audience who are bigger fans than even me some time to ask some questions. Is that okay? Is that okay if we let them answer?
Yeah, let's do a couple of questions.
One last one. But before we go to them, because you perform so much, are there memorable times where you connect with an audience member? Do you have a story of connecting with a member?
Oh my God, absolutely.
See, I told y'all, look. And then we'll get to audience.
I was recently on tour, and I have a song called Alter Ego. And one of the cool ways that I like to just interact with my fans, because they're cool, I like to give them style guides. And
Gotcha.
they come and they dress up. And so I like to acknowledge their outfits because they're genuinely so cool. Some people come and they make full custom outfits and they come to the tour, which is really cool. And so for Alter Ego, I would pick the best dressed in the audience. And it was just really special looking at all of the detail that they would put into these looks to express themselves and connect with me. And I like connecting with my fans right now through fashion. And
That's dope.
Through things like that.
I mentioned backstage, it was amazing. They got me out of a black
literally.
jean. Usually I'm just run the jewels, black jeans. Look, God made a way. I'm fashionable today. Look, Lil Sis cousin, artistic contemporary, it has been my honor to get my questions answered by you. And I look forward to hearing them ask more dope shit and bringing my 17 and 26-year-old daughter out to see you perform.
Period!
Absolutely.
I think we can, let's pass the mic. Let's do 4 questions.
I think they told us they didn't have a mic. They got us on a ratchet review tonight.
Okay.
So you got to stand up and speak loudly.
Right here.
Yeah, okay. So I just wanted
I'm going to give you the mic.
I can get a little louder.
Here, Doechii, you can take this one.
All right. Honestly, I really just want to give you praise, honestly. Like, you know, being a darker black woman, I'm from here, I'm from California. And, you know, I always tell people, when I tell people my story, 17 years, I was like invisible. And it wasn't until I went to the South where I was celebrated for how I look. And to see it in the media and to see the representation is like everything to me. So I just want to give you that praise. And I just wanted to tell you, I went to go see Beyonce when you opened for her. Wow. Yes. So I recently posted it because I was like, I feel like I'm going to get that view again for Kendrick and SZA, hopefully. And it went viral. It was 1 million views. And it was like so many people just under the comments like, she's gorgeous, she's amazing. So like please continue to do what you do. Because you're being held and seen in rooms that you may not even imagine. So thank you for your art.
I received that.
Yeah,
thank you.
So, yes.
Let's do this back row right here with the phone and the beautiful fro.
Okay, Doechii, so I made the trip all the way down from San Diego. I didn't even have a ticket. Shout out to Daniel for literally giving me a free ticket into the door tonight. Such a special moment, made my year. My biggest question for you
Before you ask your question,
okay.
You literally immediately caught my eye when I was performing. You were showing out the whole time.
Stop.
So thank you. Thank you, baby.
I love you.
Thank
Seriously,
you.
You shook my hand, and that's on top of it. Seriously, so special. But my question for you is my favorite song by you is Yucky Blucky Fruitcake, right? And it's all about being the new kid in class. I want to know what it feels like at your age now. What does it feel like to be the new kid again? You're the new kid on the block. You just got nominated for 4 fucking Grammys. What does it feel like?
How old are you?
I'm 28.
28. Okay. What it feels like to be the new kid again?
Right.
It feels like I don't feel like the new kid again. I don't feel like the new kid. I think that a lot of work has gone in for many, many years that I don't need to talk about. And I feel like when preparation meets opportunity, that's what it feels like. I don't feel like the new kid. It might be new to other people, but I'm not new. Do you have the mic? You gave it back. Let's go in the back. You guys can pick. I can't really see that far because of the lights. Oh, thank you so much. Right there with the collared shirt. And, okay.
Oh, hi, Doechii. I mean,
Hey, friend.
Oh, my goodness. Can you record? I'm sorry, I need to capture this moment because Yeah, I love you deeply, Doechii. I really do. My favorite song by yours is Black Girl Memoir. Especially what you're talking about, like going to private schools with predominantly white classmates and stuff like that. Like it just speaks to me very deeply. I'm a theater person myself, and I write poetry, and I just feel like your words, like you express yourself so eloquently, and it just like speaks to me. I'm 19, so I'm hoping like like with time that I could get to where you're at and be as good as you poetically. And I was just wondering like what's your process as far as writing? Do you kind of like force yourself to sit down and you're like, I'm gonna write something today, or are you just going about your day and you're inspired, or what's that like for you?
When did you start making music?
I don't make music, I write poetry. Yeah.
Oh, you write poetry. Okay. I think a lot of my writing process is, at least for my brain, I have to move quickly, because if I don't move fast enough, doubt will come in and it'll slow me down. If I don't move on to the next line, I'll be like, oh, dang, that line wasn't cool. Let me redo that again. And then I'm like, oh, no, this is not very good. So I like to literally time myself. I'll set a timer, 1 hour. Whatever you get in that hour, that's what you get, baby girl, and then you got to move on. And it forces you to be in the moment. It forces you to trust yourself. And also, I tell myself this all the time. It might not resonate with any of you, but I have the right to be bad at something when I first start, okay? I have the right to be bad at it. I just started. And I had to tell myself that a lot when I started making music. Like, you have the right to suck right now. You just started. You also have the right to not say something that's cool. You have the right to be vulnerable. You have the right to be corny, whatever. I have the right to be whoever I am in this hour, and then I must move on. I must. That's it. Let's do 2 more questions right here. Hold on, let me get you a mic.
Hi, I'm Amy. Doechii, you are a dream come true for America. You really are.
Thank you.
I found you on TikTok 3 weeks ago, and you changed my life.
Wow, and you right here.
That's right, because I like to make things happen. I was going to see you, and I was going to bring my son.
Period. Hey, son.
He's in Louisiana right now, going to Tulane.
Oh, amazing.
And anyways, the song that really got to me, of course, it was what I saw on the late night, but what was most important was when I started to listen to your album. And then I started to go through all the other songs you did. And Black Girl Memoir just brought me to tears because, of course, smoke some dope, forget your trauma, right? Yeah. That's what we do. That's because like learning how to cope is not what we learn in school. And what you did was you inspired a whole group of women to do something else, to believe in themselves. So God bless you and keep doing it.
Thank you.
I really mean it.
Thank you. I would like to take, there's a question over here. Tie, jacket, yep, right there.
Hi, Doechii. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Hey, thanks. Touching on the style guide you were talking about before, I came with her. She made me
Hey,
dress up. Yeah.
and you guys are in it?
Yeah, this is Angelica. She's a huge fan. So I was curious about that, about seeing that, about how you have such a comprehensive like style guide, and just everything you do feels very artistically like focused and very pointed. So I was curious about what some of your artistic inspirations are, or specifically some of your fashion inspirations that you have, some of these very cohesive sort of, everything seems very well put together. I was curious about that.
Thank you. You have to kind of know my aesthetic before to understand like where I'm about to take this. Like, I was very much like, I'm talking like lime green contacts, lime green wig, like booty shorts and a ripped up shirt. And now I'm like, but you know, a lot of that inspiration happened really through sobriety. I just started being attracted to different things through sobriety. I wasn't drinking anymore, so I wasn't in the club anymore, and I wasn't inspired by that through my fashion. I felt more myself in different attire, and so that kind of inspired the fashion and the aesthetics. But also, I started gravitating towards a lot of early Jay-Z. And like, I know that Jay-Z is like an amazing rapper. I started gravitating back towards his earlier projects, and I saw him like wear a suit. And I was like, at that time, nobody was rapping in a suit. Even like Kanye West, when he was coming up, nobody was rapping in polos and like collared shirts with ties and stuff like that. They weren't kicking it like that. And I just thought bringing that sense of fashion, that preppiness, that academia, that like luxury feel, I just thought that was so cool. And I felt heavily inspired by that. So yeah. Pink hair. Ooh. That was a great question. Okay, let's talk about it. Like, let's really go through it. I think, okay, so right now I am reading, it's this book called Chromophobia. You have to get into for yourself, but there's it's like a fear of color, essentially. But I'm reading that. I'm also reading Ain't I a Woman by Bell Hooks. I have recently gotten into vinyl, and I've been studying records a lot, and me buying records has made me gravitate towards old music. And like, I know like everybody's like, oh yeah, Frank Sinatra, but have you really listened to the album? Like, did you actually? And I think all of these references and these samples that I hear in hip hop, I'm like, let me actually listen to the songs that were sampled. And it's getting me into music in a different way, which has been inspiring me to incorporate more live instrumentation in my music. I never really experimented with that, and I feel like ever since we got beat pads, we got a little lost, took it a little far. I want to hear real instruments. I want to feel the wind. I want it all. I've been gravitating towards a lot of stuff like that. So what's inspiring me essentially is just history. That's it. History of music, history of color, history of theater, history of samples. The history of art is inspiring me. That is it. Thank you. Guys, we can do just one more question.
One last question.
And then we got to get out of here. So let me pick wisely. Or Mike, you pick the last one.
Who has $100 for me? I saw y'all jamming all shit. Go ahead.
Hey, Doechii.
Hey, girl.
My name's Winta, big fan. You spoke earlier about that woman who would be inspired by you to be the next Doechii and even beyond. I have a feeling maybe there's a few of them in this audience. Do you have any advice for how they can push through some of the just challenges of real life, paying rent, just to even have the capacity to create or find that inspiration? What advice would you have for creators?
At some point, every creative reaches it. You have to eventually choose your art. You have to choose your art over whatever thing that is. If it's a relationship that's distracting you, you need to choose your art. I choose to record today. I choose to post today. I choose to put this out. I choose to keep going. I choose to, instead of invest my money in that, I'll invest my money in singing lessons. It's all about your decisions at the end of the day. And I know it sounds, cliche, but seriously, as a creative, you have to choose yourself over and over. There's no excuses for anything. My advice would be don't allow yourself to come up with excuses that will stop you. If you want it, you have to go get it. There's no excuse as to why you can't be a great performer. As long as you have a free park in your neighborhood, you can be at that park every day rehearsing. You can practice, you record yourself, you send your music out, you email the labels. I literally used to, Capitol doesn't even know this, before I got signed to Capitol, I went to the label and I broke in and I was like, hey, this A&R really wants me to be here. And so what's up? And they're like, who's the A&R? Mike, Dean? You do whatever it takes. That is my advice, and you continue to work on yourself and you choose yourself over and over again, and you don't accept no. And then when you get the thing, it's a whole nother battle. You have to choose yourself again. That's it.
I want to say thank you for the amazing music. Thank me for introducing me to your amazing mother and
Thank you.
Musa and the team. Thank you for representing what an artist is in every sense of the way, in your song, in your speak, in your presentation. Thank you for representing Tampa, Florida in the way that you do. Thank you for representing the South. And as the son of a beautifully dark black woman, thank you so much for those high cheekbones and representing us so well. I will forever be a fan, and I'll forever be following and cheering for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
You guys give her a hand.
Have an amazing night.